Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. Please enjoy this video on the Political Voices Network.
Glenn, for once, I'm a bigger man than you. I watched the entire hour and a half speech.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I refuse to watch what I call defendant palooza. I mean, it's basically a mugshot was the price of admission. And, when I see guys like Peter Navarro get a standing ovation when, what he did was defy congressional subpoenas because he wanted to hide the information of Donald Trump's crimes, and he received a hero's welcome. I refuse to watch.
I don't even know. Oh, I was thinking of you when he said the highly respected Judge Cannon. Okay, let's start with that. I don't like, I only like my legal headlines happy clappy.
Right.
The headline is Jack Smith faces long odds of getting Aileen Cannon booted from the docs case. So this is, somebody that wrote a book on the 11th Circuit. Said the chances of him removing Cannon from the case were slim. On the occasions the judge has been removed from a case by the 11th Circuit, it's often because the judge has heard evidence or a sentencing recommendation that shouldn't have been heard, or it has happened when the judge repeatedly refused to comply with the appeals court instructions on a particular issue in this case. But reassignment just because the district judge made an erroneous decision, that's virtually unheard of. But this would be the third time she'd be slapped down by this court, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think whether the odds are long or not, as a matter of principle, you have to litigate the question of whether she lacks the kind of impartiality that would require her to be removed. You have to litigate it one way or another. You don't just leap to the conclusion that, well, it's hard, so we're not going to do it. Frankly, I don't want to get overly patriotic here, but this is America. We do hard things because they're the right things to do. But let me tell you something, there's nothing intuitive about how this thing is going to play out. Because, yes, Jack Smith filed this notice of appeal of the dismissal of Trump's classified documents case. But I'm sure they're also putting a team in place of a U.S. attorney and a full complement of federal prosecutors who can rebring this case while they fight the other dismissal battle and can keep it moving forward. And when the case is rebrought, Steph, there's nothing saying it's going back to Judge Cannon.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, you know me. I'm going to remain happy clappy. But you said it best on at Boston Sexy Liberal. You said we are the jury, November 5th, period. If you ever want justice to come for Donald Trump and karma and whatever you believe, you got to vote on November, because that's the only way all this goes away.
Exactly. And think about this. The Supreme Court is doing Donald Trump's dirty bidding, right? They have basically put a stop to all jury trials between now and the election. But the really good news is we, the people, have now been selected as the final jury. We have passed jury selection. We're all on the jury, millions and millions of us instead of just 12 of us sitting in a wooden box in a courtroom. We are the jury. Yeah. We get to go to the polls on November 5th and vote Donald Trump guilty of crimes against the American people. And that's what we're going to do. I still believe we're going to do that.
Yeah. Well, right. And so you said Jack Smith announces he will appeal Judge Cannon's dismissal of Trump's. I mean, I'm not even a lawyer, Glenn. And I'm like, how is it unconstitutional? But all of the other ones, the Joe Biden classified documents and Hunter Biden and on back through time are constitutional. What is even their argument that this is an unconstitutional appointment? In the documents case,
they don't have an argument that is based in law or precedent. 4 other judges have confronted this issue, and they all ruled it's absolutely appropriate and lawful to have the Attorney General appoint special counsel. The Supreme Court, if you read the one paragraph in the Nixon case, they, in substance, said, of course, this special counsel thing is fine, and Richard Nixon has to comply with the subpoena to give up his damn tapes. Listen, if it was unconstitutional back then in 74, the Supreme Court would have said, wait a minute, not so fast. We're not going to order a president to comply with a subpoena that was issued by an unconstitutionally appointed special prosecutor. This is Judge Cannon doing Donald Trump's dirty bidding. And, it is another indication that she can't be impartial.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,